Part 2 of Enterprise Payable Accounts. In this session, we're going to discuss location payable accounts. Location payable accounts. So from my enterprise setup on the main ribbon, again, if I scroll down, we'll see my payable accounts. I hit search, and that will bring up all the payable accounts. Now, as a reminder, you can add payable accounts here. I can set up a contact record and a payable here. But since I want to set up a location payable, it's actually a little bit easier to do it from the contact records themselves. And the reason for that is at that point, you can even set up if they are a supplier or not. And again, you can always set up a bearer payable here. That would be in a case where you want to have associations, which that was covered in part 1. So let's go over to the contact for just a second. Let's go add a new contact in here. So I have a new tow company that is going to provide towing to all of my locations. So we're going to go add them in, and we'll just call it Pro Towing. I'm going to go to Details, and I'm going to go tell the system they're a supplier. I'm going to change, and we're going to be subletting with them. And I want them to be available to all 3 locations. So now I'm going to go select my locations. And it's going to prompt me, set up a payable. So here's the difference. I want each location to manage the payable at the location. So I'm going to switch this from enterprise to location. Now, as soon as I do this, you're going to see this little drop down for the accounting term disappear. See how that kind of disappears and now it blanks out? Let me go back so you can see that again. And it's going to be at all 3 locations. So what am I telling the system? I'm entering the contact. They're going to be a subletter at all 3 locations, but I want to manage the payable account at the location. So I'm going to hit save and close. So now they're in the system. Let's go over to the locations. So here we are at location 2. We've pulled up Pro Towing. I'm going to right click on it, do an edit, and we want to go set up the payable account. Even though this contact record came from the enterprise, we have it at the location available. We're going to go to Details. You'll notice down here under Supplier, see it's already set up as a subletter. Now I go to Accounting. Don't let this fool you. It says Enterprise Payable. Go to Payable Account Settings, and now you set the term. Once you do this, now you have Location Managed Payable. Location Managed Payable. So what's that going to mean for you? Well, anytime I want to manage the payable account, I'm going to do it at this particular location. So if I come into Accounting, pull up my payable accounts, there's Pro Towing. See, now I can do adjustments, I can make payments, I can reconcile. So I'm managing at the location. If I go over to my setup at the location and pull up accounts payable, see it is in gray. It's letting you know it was turned on at the enterprise, but we're managing at the location. Again, if you want to have a contact that is strictly at a single location and you want to manage the payable at the location, then you can enter it just at the location. Or you can enter it at the enterprise and tell the system, I want to manage it at the location. That way you only have to enter it one time. And then you just set up the payable accounts at each location. Now, if I go back to my enterprise, let's kind of squeeze this down here. And I go to my setup. Payable accounts, search. There it is. You'll notice there's no term here. See, that's the giveaway. That's the tell. How do I know? Is it managed at the enterprise or the location? There's no term. That means we're going to be setting it at the location. If I right click and do an edit, see it's telling you managed at location. So that's part 2 of account payable setup for locations. Again, you can set them up at the enterprise, enter the contact. You can make them a supplier. You can have it go out to all the locations or choose which locations. Tell the system they're going to be location managed payables. And then you go to each location and set the payable and you're ready to go.